Haven't you guys ever seen a dragon before?
Hello everyone, my name is the Kiwi Dragon, and I've been away from YouTube for a while. So I've just got one question to ask you all. What on earth is happening with CTR Nitro-Fueled? Honestly, I don't think any of us know the answer to that question. I mean, earlier this month, everyone was excited for the prospect of a potential new update coming out for the game, especially as the clock counting down the days left on the Pro Challenges slowly went down day by day. And so we arrived on the day that the update was supposed to be coming out, excited for what we could be getting in a brand new update. The clock ticked down into its final seconds, and then it reset itself for another 40 days or so. And so we came out of the first 40-ish days waiting patiently with absolutely nothing! But be honest, are you all that surprised? Personally, I wasn't. The idea of getting a new update excited me, but then I remembered what exactly is going on with regard to the state of the world at the moment. And of course with CTR Nitro-Fueled itself as well, in terms of being a game that's almost a year old. So really, there's a couple of theories as to what's happening with CTR, and I just want to discuss each and every single one of them, just to see what we can really determine is happening with the game moving forward. So let's crack into the first one, which of course is number 1. There are no more updates. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but TKD, this can't be the last update. Oh, my sweet summer child, you could be right, but you could also be very, very wrong. I know we haven't had Ripto or the Sorceress brought into CTR Nitro-Fueled yet, and everyone keeps saying, Greg Berger is listed in the game's credits, so Ripto has got to come, right? Yeah, maybe he did do the voiceover for Ripto, but maybe Ripto was also cut from the final product. That's the way you've got to look at things now at the moment. And then I hear other people saying, what about Willy Wumpercheeks, the Evil Twins, Madame Ambly and all the others? Simple, they don't get to enter the pearly gates of Beenox. Yeah, I know, I'd be disappointed too. I mean, some of those characters I've really wanted to get in. Heck, I've been calling for Mr. Crumb to get in ever since people on YouTube discovered Crash 99X. But never mind. I've still got Yaya to fill the box of resurrected, forgotten or obscure character. This theory of course gains even more weight when you think about the Beenox pack that was released as part of the last update, giving Beenox recolors and legendary skins to certain characters such as Beenox Aviator Crash, Beenox Robo Cortex, Beenox Racer Crunch, and the Beenox Robot legendary skin for Geary, as well as the Cog Cart, Beenox Wheels, Beenox Sticker, and the Cog Blue Paint Job. This pack seems very final, as if Beenox were trying to pat themselves on the back for a job well done. However, there are two things going against this theory, which multiple people have noted. The first of which is that Beenox themselves haven't said that this is the final update. I mean, it's a fair point. They did announce that the Gazmoxia Grand Prix would be the very last Grand Prix, but they haven't said anything about the March update being the final update. So maybe that's something to think about. The other thing going against this theory is the legendary skin recolors. Now, it'd be a bit weird to bring in something like legendary skin recolors only to be like, well, we're only going to do it for one update and then call it a day. I mean, you've given characters like Polar and Entrance recolors, but you still haven't given legendary skins to people like Pasadena or Von Clutch, or even legendary skin recolors to other characters like, I don't know, maybe Velo or Hasty even. There's multiple characters who could either use a legendary skin or use a legendary skin recolor, which would be why it's a bit weird that they just decide to do one post-Grand Prix update and then can the whole thing. Unless, of course, they're planning more updates and we haven't heard anything as of yet because of the current global situation, which leads me on to my second point. Number 2, 19, aka the pandemic, aka that boy, aka that thing I'm not allowed to say on YouTube, but it was the reason why I was unable to leave my house for 4 weeks and why the supermarkets were always out of toilet paper. It's safe to say that 2020 went down the toilet the moment that this pandemic kicked in. Now, I don't want to touch on it too much, mainly because I don't want to bring a downer on anybody's day, but it's safe to say that these are difficult and unprecedented times. We live in a world where there's this massive thing looming over us all, which according to YouTube, I'm not allowed to say the name of. Censorship at its finest right there. But anyway, as you can probably imagine, anything that was non-essential was shut down. Offices, shops, and all sports shut down because of all this hullabaloo of the pandemic. I mean, I can guarantee you that no one was going to deem a video game company as an essential service, which meant, like the rest of us around the planet, any game developers would be working from home for the foreseeable future. So if, and that's a big if, the boys and girls at Beanox are working on something more for us, you could expect there to be some delays, with the possibility that they'd have to relocate from the Beanox studio to their own homes. So if that's the case, we could be waiting for some time yet. Or will we? Number 3. Beanox will release one last big new update for the 1-year anniversary of CTR Nitro-Fueled. But only if we all wish. Like really, really hard. This is the one I'm hoping for the most. What I really want to see come to reality. CTR Nitro-Fueled was released on the 21st of June 2019, or the 20th of June 2019, depending on your location. Google's not very accurate about what the release date was. It says one thing and then it says another, so just go with it. If you think about it, what better way would there be than to finish the support for CTR Nitro-Fueled than a final update, which would be like a love letter to the fans, including most of, if not all, of the most requested characters that still haven't been brought to the game yet, as well as giving other characters legendary skins such as Pasadena, Von Clutch, Yaya, Rillaroo, among others. And don't forget, there were legendary skinnery colours which were introduced as part of the March update, which I mentioned earlier on. Surely they wouldn't just introduce those and not do another update to include even more of them, right? I mean, that'd be really, really weird. And if you think about it, this actually ties in with the last 2 theories rather nicely. Picture this. You have people expecting a brand new update for the game. Of course, prior to this, the pandemic hits. So then, no new update surfaces when the first bunch of pro challenges expired. Doubt sets in around the community about if there will be another update, and then suddenly we arrive at the 21st of June 2020, and there waiting for us all is one last shiny new update full of practically everything we want. That is, unless of course you're hoping for an update to the online mode, you know, fixing all the bugs and glitches and that kind of thing. Yeah, well, about that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But realistically, do I think that this theory is more likely than the other 2? Honestly, no. I think each one of them is about as likely as the other. We could be dealing with the fact that there are no more updates, and that's just something that we may need to face up to. We could be dealing with the fact that there maybe was updates, but they got delayed. But we could also be sitting here waiting until June 21st for one final update, which could be everything we want. And maybe it's just an update which just has a couple of things we want. I don't know. Nobody knows, and that's the thing. But personally, I like to keep an open mind about things. I am, and always will be, the optimist, the hoper of far-flung hopes, and the dreamer of improbable dreams. And personally speaking, that's the way that life should be. If you shoot for the stars, you'll at least land on the moon. Which means you'll at least be in space somehow. And that's my thoughts on what's happening with CTR Nitro-Fueled. I'm sorry it took so long to make this video and for not making any videos in recent times. My last video was about 4 months ago at the time of recording this, and at that point I kinda just needed a break. The world had turned to shit, and I ended up being in lockdown for roughly a month. And I still haven't seen my extended family at the time of recording this, although my partner is here with our cats, keeping me sane. A few weeks after we went into lockdown, I started an online course which I graduated almost about a month ago now at the time of recording this. And then later on, whilst on that course, unfortunately, my godfather, who lives back in the UK where I was born, passed away just as the UK began ramping up their measures for lockdown. So I've had a rough couple of months or so. But now I'm back, and I've got a lot of ideas for new videos on the channel, including one which ties in with this video. That video will be coming at some point soon, but first there's another video I planned which has been biting away at me, and I need to finish something really special, so keep an eye out for that. Anyway guys, I've been the Kiwi Dragon. Stay safe, stay awesome, wash your hands, and look after yourselves out there, right?